Hi everybody. You are very welcome to the first session on our modern and prospective Next.js solution platform. We have a lot of work to do in the capacity of 17th forthcoming lectures. So let's not waste your time. Let's just get started. So you are enthusiasts of Next.js, wishing to following modern trends in full-stack web applications development. And you know my magic formula from the introduction. So Next.js is something greater than React.js as front-end and Node.js as a back-end. Today's agenda includes the following. Node.js installation from scratch. We will see how to, and we will understand the best practices. Second, we'll see how to update the current Node.js. Then we will come to Next.js, and we'll create a new Next.js project using a standard Vercel template for that, the starter example. Then we will explore and understand the project structure and hierarchy. And finally, we'll try to run the development server at localhost 3000 and see what's going on, and we will see our template in use. Okay, so this training is based the part related to Next.js on the official training that you can open here. And you can compare to what I'm saying. You can criticize me. Please go ahead. Okay. We will start with Node.js installation, because without a node, nothing will work. The easiest way to do it on Windows, and the classical way of doing it on Windows, is just open this this site, press and download Node.js, and download this most recent LTS file. And after that, after some trivial steps, you can verify installation from PowerShell or command line to output Node version and npm package manager versions as well. I think it's the easiest way of installation on Windows, but if you want to perform updates and switching between Node versions and make all that make that more professionally, you need to install FNM. Okay. Again, the classical initial installation on Linux consists of the following easy steps. So you download and install Node version manager. Then you install the measure version you want to. In this, it's 20. Then you verify the right version is installed and the right package manager is installed. Absolutely exactly the same way you do on MacOS. So install Node version manager, then install 20th version, then check that everything's okay. But I would say that now there is a new recommended manager that appeared recently on the scene. So you need to install FNM. Let's see how it works on Windows. So you will just winget install needs.fnm. and the output will be like that. Everything is automated. The only manual thing that you need to do is restart PowerShell to make the environment variables to be updated. After that, you can use FNM for updating Node.js like this. So first, you list remote to understand which versions are available. Then you check the current situation with these commands like fnm list with fnm current to see the current version, fnm list to see all the versions that are residing on your laptop. Then you check node version and npm version, and then perform this command to download it and install new version that you need to, like this. fnm use install if missing 20 because it's latest LTS for now. And after that, you just verify the update with node v, node npm v flags. Okay, but honestly, I understood for now that the best practice for Node.js installation and update is using FNM everywhere. And it's seemingly the best way of node installation. Why? Because the algorithm is unified, and you perform essentially the same commands and use essentially the same tool named Fast Node Manager FNM. The only difference is that on Windows you perform this command, winget install schnitz.fnm, and on Linux and MacOS you use curl and this command you see on the screen. And after that, the operations are pretty unified and easy to understand. So again, fnm list remote, fnm use install if missing, fnm list, fnm current, npm v, and node v. That's all. Actually, this is the real log that I've got working on Linux with FNM. So you'll see I started with installation of version 20. And it takes just, I guess, 14 seconds to install, so no problems at all. Then I'm seeing what's on the list. I see it. This LTS version is already there. I check the current version, which is the same. I check the node version, and I check npm version. So that's it. Pretty easy, I guess. And I would highly recommend using this new FNM guy. Okay, let's now create a Next.js project based on a template. That's a bit old school because we are using npm, Node Package Manager, and we were using npm for ages, working with JavaScript, and you know it better than me. So the command looks very complex, but it's easy to understand. So what means create next-app latest is that use the latest create next-app tool version to create the application. Dempsey Club is the name of the project and its folder. If you remember my demonstration last time in introduction lecture. Use npm means using the npm package manager. That will be discussed later, why we need to specify use npm here. Example, this means apply a template from the repository specified. Actually, this repository contains not only the starter example and contains lots of useful examples, and you may want to browse them later on. And I would suggest doing that because probably you will find something useful for you ready on the plate and to not invent a bicycle, you may reuse these examples for your needs, to meet your needs. So what's next? We change direction to the project folder. We perform npm install to install the standard required modules to the node modules folder. And then npm run dev to launch the Dempsey Club project on the dev server running on localhost 3000. That's pretty easy, and that's pretty standard. But what's new? The recommended option is use new pnpm manager, package manager, instead of old one, the npm. So first of all, you need to install it, and you install it with a predecursor with using npm. So you perform this command: npm install globally pnpm, and that's the log, and that's the output. Just 5 seconds to install. Then the next step, we are creating the next app using this pnpm. And the command looks pretty much the same as before. So we use the latest create next application tool version. Then next application will be the name of our newborn project and the name of its folder as well. Then we'll specify not use npm, but use pnpm. So use the pnpm package manager in our project, throughout our project. And the example is essentially the same. From the Vercel repository, I recommended you to visit. So that's the first part of the log. I perform this command as I promised to. So the tool asked me if I'd like to install this create next-app, which means I guess the latest one which is available. I say yes, and it creates the new folder of next application and downloading the necessary file from the repository, and that's it. So not even a couple of minutes, it's very fast, but it depends on your internet channel capacity, of course. That's another part of the log file, log of the output. As you can see, let's have a look on the dependencies. As you can see, TypeScript, React, and Next are already here, as well as Vercel Postgres for Postgres DB connections, Tailwind for styling, bcrypt for encryption, next-auth for authentication and authorization, and zoth for data validation, etc., etc. Okay. And dev dependencies is because we are using TypeScript and we need to download and import necessary TypeScript types. So, and the final part of the output provides us with necessary commands to manage the project. So first of all, we will use pnpm to run the project scripts from now and forever. pnpm run dev launch the development server, pnpm run build the production version of our project, pnpm start runs this production version. However, most of the time during these 16th lectures, we will be using just 2 commands with pnpm. So we're changing to the project folder, and then we're starting this command pnpm run dev. to launch the application on the development server. But I would say more. If you are a bit lazy, you can specify it like without run, just pnpm def. And I guess the same way like here, pnpm start, and I guess pnpm build will work as well. Okay, let's have a look at the project structure of our newborn project. To output this, you change to the project folder and or one level up of the project folder, and perform this command to output just for the tree with D flag. So app contains routes, components, and the logics of the application. So applib contains functions used by the application, for example, for retrieving DB data. App UE, that's clear that it's user interface components like cards, tables, and forms. The node modules comprise standard modules downloaded by pnpm as per the package zone dependencies requirements. Because the package zone, which is in the root of the project, is as always the main configuration file of the project. And public contains various static resources of the project, say images and logos and whatever. Okay, let's have a look on the app folder structure. So we change to the app directory and see both folders and files with just tree command without any flags. So please pay your attention and remember these two files, page.tsx and layout.tsx, because they are actually the root page. Page.tsx is the root page wrapped in layout.tsx. It's layout.tsx. And this is a paradigm of NextJS folder-based approach. So if you need to create a reference one level up, you should create the folder of that name and put there page.tsx and layout.tsx files that you can then reach in your web browser. But a separate lecture will be dedicated to this paradigm. Okay, data.ts contains functions interacting with the database via SQL requests. That's pretty easy. Definitions.ts is actually TypeScript data file, TypeScript data types definitions, including those for interaction with ORMs sources like Prisma. Okay. Placeholder data. We need some test JSON data for the Postgres DB provisioning. That's it. Utils.ts contains various reusable service functions, which our project needs, our project component needs. Route.ts. Actually, this script is in charge of the database table creation and provisioning. Why route? Because it wraps all these functions, function calls, etc., into one get API request, REST API. Okay. And finally, let's see what's in the user interface folder. Actually, the user interface folder, UE folder, contains TypeScript files, the user interface components like buttons, forms, tables, charts, etc., and global CSS styles as well. The user interface components are grouped by the main page constituent parts. If you remember, our main page contains a dashboard, it refers to invoices, and it refers to customers, and contains navbar as well, I guess, if I correctly remember the final picture. So that's why UE components are grouped by the corresponding folders. So in the dashboard, the invoice, and the customers. Login form is a separate one. Search and pagination is a separate one, and sex skeletons as well. Okay. Let's see how it works on Linux Ubuntu. So we launch the our next-app application on the development server with just 2 commands. The first one you perform just once, because it installs the project node modules. And then you start at the development server at localhost 3000. Actually, this in this particular case, for that project, as I detected, the pnpm install is not required. But you should miss this command and put it on your list for your own projects. Don't please remember that, because as you can see, I'm changing to the project folder. I'm starting installation command, and I'm seeing that nothing downloaded, nothing added, everything's done in 10 seconds. So resolved and reused all the packages, so everything's okay, already okay without this command. But again, that's just for this starter example. It's not a common rule. The common rule is using pnpm install, And then we start the development server. And what you see, what we see here, okay, sorry, is okay, it's started and ready in 11 seconds. Then we will see the log, what's going on the web server. So once we see this, we can change to the local host. And what we'll see on the local host is this simple, very simple, not styled. That's just a template, just a place for our work for 16 forthcoming lectures. Okay. Once we close it, once we're done with it, we may want to not to miss stopping the development server. This command just Ctrl+C. And that's mostly all for the first session. But I would like to demonstrate how it works to avoid pure theoretical lectures. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay, so that's it. We are on Linux Ubuntu. Let's open the terminal. Let's change to our training folder. Let's see here the next application in question. Let's change to its folder. And finally, pnpm just dev. So it's starting now on localhost 3000. So it's ready. We may want to change to Firefox browser. Okay. Let's start the localhost. Wait a bit. Okay. Look, it's loading now. And why? Why so long? Because when starting the first time, it needs compiling. And after that, once it's here and it's now ready, the following request will be much faster. So as you can see, you can open and see your lovely course. Let's see. You may want to start learning, but I'm teaching you, so there is no necessity of that. Let's get back. Let's try to log in, but this page TS6 is actually missing. So we need to, we see the standard Next.js generated not found page. Because there is no such address like, because there is no page, because there is no folder named login, and there is no page TS6 and layout TS6 within that folder. Okay, let's get back. Let's probably stop Firefox and see what's on the log. So as I told you, it takes 21 seconds to compile the very first time the page on the server. Okay. After that, it provided us with the main page. Then I guess I'll change it to the Next.js course, training course page, and then get back. And then I tried this login link, but since there is no login page, it takes some time to compile not found 404 page by Next.js. And once it's ready, we saw that page, and then we get back to the main page. So that's all. So now we may close this server with Control C. Okay, that's it. Now we exit, and let's now change to our conclusions on our first session. Okay, so what I would like to emphasize from as a summary of our first session. First of all, we learned how to install, update, and switch versions of Node.js on Windows, Linux, MacOS using both classic tools like Microsoft Installer or NVM, and a recommended new one, the fast node manager named FNM. Second, with a recommended package manager pnpm, we created a template Next.js application named next-app, which is based on a template from Vercel named starter example, and launched it on the development server at localhost 3000. And finally, we understood the project folder structure and its components, files, libraries, and modules. Okay, so not that many things to add now. So see you at the next session, which will be dedicated to bringing more styles and discussing various variants of styling and Next.js applications. As always, you can download the presentation here. You're very welcome. Yeah. And if you like this particular presentation and the overall project, you may want to donate the author. I will be really grateful. And of course, you are more than welcome to send your comments, send your remarks, whatever suggestions regarding this project and the training and the training course agenda, etc., etc. Please feel free to contact me. I will always stay in contact with you, and I thank you for your attention, and see you next time very soon on the second session regarding CSS styling of Next.js next-app. See you soon. Have a nice day. Bye.